Thanks for stopping by the Minnesota Black RobeRegiment channel. If you're a first-time viewer, hit the subscribe button. If you have been here many times and haven't subscribed, do that now. Today's video it's going to be kind of personal in the sense that I'm addressing some things that have been happening with some patriots and constitutionalists here in the state of Minnesota in particular. These things that have been happening are not isolated to Minnesota, and it's not new in the United States as a whole, but it does regard some tactics by Antifa. Antifa and Black Lives Matter and other terrorist organizations such as them. I have made several friends since I've launched this channel back in April. I never dreamed that I'd be anywhere near 300 in less than a year's time. I'm astounded. But some of those friends are very vocal. And one of them is a passionate lady from the Twin Cities area. Her name is Becky. And I want to show you something that's been done to her. This is a picture that Becky posted on her personal Facebook page. Becky is not afraid. Not in the sense of what many would call fear. But she is in a fight. She's in a fight for her livelihood. She's in a fight for her, in many realities, for her life. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, the New Black Panthers, the New Black Liberation Army, Antifa, Black Bloc, and other radical Marxist militias. That's what they are. I talked about that in a video from last week. Antifa in particular is a militia. But they're also a propaganda machine. And they practice the art of deconstructionism. And they practice deconstructionism in particular with language. So what they do is they take words, they break them down, and then they reshape them, remold them into a form that they want those words to take. And what they've done is they've labeled anyone who stands for the Constitution, anyone who stands for a patriotic adherence to a purely constitutional approach to how government should handle things. They label those people far right. But in Becky's case, she's been labeled an extreme far right protester. What's her great crime? She supports Donald Trump, and she supports the Constitution being adhered to. That's her crime. That's her crime. If you've ever been to a rally in front of the governor's mansion in the state of Minnesota, if you've ever been to a rally at the state capitol that has been attended by anyone like Becky herself, any of her friends, you will know that she's not an extreme far-right person. In fact, it'd be a pretty safe bet to say that overall she's actually probably a conservative, but a moderate conservative when you talk to her. She doesn't have any alt-right views. She doesn't have a vocal expression or any public expression that you can find anywhere. So what now Antifa has done is deconstructionism, and they're using it as a weapon against Becky. And I want you to focus in particular in this area right now. I guess I can't highlight it, but in this particular area right here, what can you do to keep your community safe? Now, here's the implication. Becky's dangerous. Okay? Becky's a danger. And you have to operate to keep your community safe. From who? Well, from Becky. What's Becky's crime? They don't tell you what she's done wrong. They don't tell you what moral turpitude she's practicing. They just tell you she's dangerous by implicating what can you do to keep your community safe. Now, watch this. This is where they get dangerous. The most effective way to stop the spread of fascism and hate is direct confrontation. If you have seen this person or know them, connect with like-minded neighbors about how to confront this person and others like them and stop fascism from spreading in your community. Listen, the direct confrontation is a play on direct action. Direct action is a Marxist revolutionary term, and it is a call for physical aggression. Undeniable, indisputable. Anytime you see direct action, or in this case, direct confrontation, this is a call for physical action, something to be done physically. Antifa is good at this. Antifa loves this. And we have seen this play out over and over and over again since 2016, but especially in the last 6 weeks. Just this weekend, several people, patriots, whether you agree with the totality of their position or not, patriots were stabbed by Antifa in Washington, D.C. Stabbed. Go back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Kyle, in an attempt to flee a scene, was attacked by Antifa before he defended himself. This is what they're doing to Becky. But guess what? They're not just doing this to Becky. And Becky has pictures from security cameras showing Antifa walking around her neighborhood, plastering these flyers on doors, on car windows, on utility poles. But it's not just Becky. They've also gone after another friend. This is my other friend, Teresa Blair. She heads up kind of an independent journalism outlet called Mill City Media. Now, I want you to look. It's the exact same tactic with her. They plastered these all over her neighborhood. They're going to come after others. And they have the support of the state. Remember, Joe Biden said, Antifa is not an organization, it's an idea. That's to protect Antifa. So if you were reading that, you can, what I was showing you from Becky there, if you were reading that closely, you would see that what they did to Teresa and what they did to Becky, they said that Becky and Teresa don't have a right to free speech because their positions are dangerous. Their ideas are dangerous. So what this boils down to is come for me, okay? Antifa, come for me. Come find me. That's fine. Come plaster your stuff in my neighborhood. All right? My neighbors already know what I believe. You'll recognize my house because I have a flag flying upside down. My neighbors know where I stand. And more people need to understand, if Antifa targets you, it's because you're doing something right in the United States, okay? You can support Trump. You can be a conservative. You can be a constitutionalist. That doesn't make you a Nazi. So come for me, Antifa. Come for me. Bring your direct action to me. Bring your direct confrontation to me. You sniveling cowards. You Marxist crybabies. I've had it. Becky's done nothing to you. Teresa's done nothing to you. The patriots at the rallies have done nothing to you. You're cowards. Do I sound angry? You're damn right I am. I'm over it. You have every right in the world to express your beliefs and your positions. I stand up for the Constitution because you have a right to say the things you want to say, but you do not have a right to try and intimidate patriotic constitutionalists. None. I've watched the crap that you've pulled, you leftist Marxist pukes, targeting a minority woman in Lynn, Minnesota for defying a governor's unconstitutional orders, calling her a Nazi. The owner of Haven's Garden, a black woman, a minority in the United States, is a Nazi and a far-right hater. The crap that you've said about the owners of Alibi Eatery, you far-left Marxist scum. You have a right to say those things, but you also have a responsibility to be called out for it. So if you don't like people like Becky, if you don't like people like Teresa, if you don't like them having the freedom to express their views and the freedom to do the things that they're doing, then you aren't going to like me at all. So I dare you, come plaster your crap around my neighborhood. Follow me around. I'm not worried about being embarrassed because quite frankly, I'm a loser. I'm a nobody. I'm never going to run for public office. I'm never going to have an important position in the community because I made a mess of my life when I was younger. Hell, I still make a mess of my life. So I dare you, Antifa. I dare you, Black Lives Matter. Protest at my house. Plaster things around my neighborhood. See where you get. See what it does for you. Get your rocks off. Trying to ruin people's lives. For what? So yeah, come for me. Come for every patriot. Just do it. Come for every frickin' patriot you can find. Don't just target the public figures. Try to identify every single person and come for them in their neighborhoods. There aren't enough of you. With your Marxist power fist raised in the air and your Marxist power symbols in your windows and on your houses. My freaking neighbor has the Marxist symbol in her windows. And guess what? We get along because I'm not dangerous, and neither is Becky, and neither is Teresa, and neither are any of these other people that you're claiming are so horrible and so hateful and so dangerous. And you want to silence us. Are you familiar with the story of the Hydra from mythology? You take one down, 8 more heads pop up. You guys think that you're the majority. You think that you're safe because let's just be honest. The state of Minnesota has protected you. Joe Biden, as the president-elect apparently, has protected you. You're not who you think you are. You're not the good guys here. You're evil. You're scum. And targeting people who are standing up for their constitutional rights is not okay. So you want to go for Becky? You want to go after Teresa? You want to go after easy targets like that? And don't get me wrong, those 2 ladies are some of the toughest people I know. Come for all of us, but come for me, all right? Come for me. I'm not scared of you. And quite frankly, if the labels that you want to put on anyone who you disagree with make us right, or excuse me, make us wrong, then label me whatever you want to label me. Because you have made words like Nazi and racist and far right mean nothing now because you throw it at everyone so much that no one's paying attention to you. There's a little boy who cried wolf. And quite frankly, Antifa, you're all a bunch of little kids. You're little kids, spoiled, rotten brats, pampered and coddled for your entire lives, and have been told that you've done nothing wrong and can do nothing wrong because you're special, precious little snowflakes. Well, we're not backing down. I, for one, am not going to give up. So come for me, Antifa. Come for me, Black Lives Matter. Come plaster your crap all over my neighborhood. I know I've said this 1,000 times. I don't care. And quite frankly, the people of my community, for the most part, don't have anything to do with you. Because decent law-abiding citizens don't appreciate people going around burning down their own neighborhoods because they're mad about something they don't understand. You're the violent ones. You're the dangerous ones. You're the ones threatening to kill people. You're the ones threatening to destroy people's lives. You're the ones who are trying to get people fired from their jobs for doing nothing more than expressing their views. You're the ones who are causing calamity and chaos everywhere you go. So yeah, Antifa, come for me. See where it gets you. I'm not afraid. In Minnesota, rise up. If you see these pukes in your neighborhood, run them off. If you see them on private property, call the cops. They already hate the cops anyway. Come for me, Antifa. Rise up, Minnesota.